Hey, what is that monolithic monstrosity? And I think it should be a law, at least in the United States of America, that every structure has to have a window to the room that's in the building. If there's a room that doesn't have a window, it's illegal in the United States. What is that monstrosity for, and why are there so many everywhere now? Monstrosity when the price of building costs just went up 4 times. Somehow somebody's building monstrosities with expensive shit. It's messed the fuck up. What goes on there when it's filled up? I don't know. Now, if you look at the Pink Floyd record cover, you see it right there, basically. And then you got a KKK dude in the background. And then you get a flag over here with 7 red stripes that represent stripes of blood, which is what they used to whip people for punishment when they didn't do their work as a slave. And I'm not a total asshole about it because I grew up about 30 minutes from here if you drive. Right now, I could drive to where I grew up from 1976 until I graduated from high school at South Lakes High School in Reston, Virginia, class of 1990, where I was elected to be the student speaker among a few other people who spoke. I was elected. And now I see everything around me that's very horrible. And I wonder what these people in Washington, D.C. do with all this money that we keep voting for and giving them when we're voting for evil people. If you've been told you've been voting for the lesser of 2 evils forever, how come it hasn't sunken into nobody else? And if it has, how come nobody does nothing? And why isn't voting day a holiday? Voting day should be a federal holiday. And I've been to offices in Congress this week and last week, and I'm going to keep going every week, and asking them, why is Congress not a federal paid voting holiday where everybody's mandatory no work? Gas stations, 24/7 places everywhere, mandatory no work. 100% Super Tuesday voting holiday. And on top of that, nationwide, every Super Tuesday is voting day. No different voting days in different places. That's ridiculous. It should be every Super Tuesday only. Nothing else in this country. Unification, not separation, you fucking jackass racktards and elephant dick sucks. Fuck all that shit. And this is Washington, D.C. This river here is the Anacostia River. And it's the confluence with the Potomac River, or Patawomac, I believe, or some other thing than Potomac, but it's not Potomac originally, I don't believe. And then it comes down together, makes another river, which apparently has the same name as the other river on the other side of the peninsula, which is Washington, D.C., and which was Holy Land that was stolen from people who lived here originally, and this was one of the most holy places in the whole region. And they made this the capital of the United States of America. So you have to really always think about these things when you have a serious thought process in your life and you decide to become a person of purpose rather than a person of persuasion. Meaning you have purpose in life rather than trying to persuade somebody or be persuaded. I'm not trying to persuade anything. This makes fucking sense. If it's a hallmark, the cornerstone, all the good things about this country's so-called democracy, then how come voting day is not a holiday, yet Labor Day? Hey, we all get to go to work, Labor Day. What are the great holidays? I mean, come on, really? Voting day is not a holiday? What kind of shit is that? I'm serious, like what kind of shit is that? You know that shit what a bag lady is? And homeless ladies that walk around with a bag? I'm a bag man. I'm walking around with a bag. I'm a homeless man walking around with a bag. I live in transitional housing here in Washington, D.C. And I have a bag. It's nice. I'm going to walk to my transitional housing now. Seagulls. Seagulls. Started talking and flew up. see that? Pretty cool. Very, very nice. Look, the light came on. The light came on for us. That's nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, when I go visit Congress soon, I want more of those lights going on and off and the blinking stuff to start with, okay? And after that, we'll go what's next. You got to tell the animals what you want, and they let God know. Or you just ask God, or you think about other people who know how to do magic. So the light just came on. It's daytime, though. There's no other lights on around. And I have friends who, when they enter the area, lights go a little, shall we say, blinky, blinky. So in what I just called is now called the unified field, this ethereal everything. Wow, that's what people in physics call it, the unified field. Now we're going to see how blinky, blinky goes. And yeah, that's me. I get passionate. I get up, and then I chill. I got to get it out. I don't have too much. And this is fun for me. And so this past week and a half, when I visited the halls of Congress and stopped in a few Congress ladies' houses or offices and a few congressmen's offices, or they're where they work in Congress over there. I stopped in at the Russell Senate building and the Longworth building and there's another building, I forget the name, down the hill on Independence Avenue. It's on Capitol Hill. I'm more like this, and I can't wait till I can get some suits together and maybe learn how to use my hand and figure some stuff out. But working on my health issues, and I have brain swelling, I was told this week still, so I don't know. I guess the hospitals did me wrong. Hopefully I get some help someday. And that's fucking 100%. That seagull sure does like to hang out. Most of the things about mankind and humanity make me angry in my life, but nature calms me down. I guess that's why people have pets or other animals around or enjoy nature, because it calms you down. It really does. This bird flies up saying, "Ree, ree," and then lands over there, so it's pretty cool. Plus, I was just singing over here for like 20 or 30 minutes, really loud. I sang Bad Brains and I sang Judge, and now this bird flies up, and there's been helicopters flying over too. It's pretty cool. Do you want to surf or do you want to fight? If I say it's safe to surf this beach, it's safe to surf this beach, soldier! That's Apocalypse Now. If you didn't fucking get it. Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now. Exceptional movie. The man he should not be named because I can't remember his name right now. That's right, one of the most excellent people like Robert De Niro from the old school of a hardcore cinema. Scorsese, Spike Lee, and Francis Ford Coppola, who made the movie I'm talking about, which is Apocalypse Now. And I started saying that because the helicopter flying up. And I like being stupid. And it's a funny-ass movie when he says that. They're in a war zone, which unfortunately is a setting for the movie, but it's teaching lessons. And in that war zone, which my phone's about to go dead, electricity, in that war zone, he says, yelling at the guys, he's like, "You guys are surfers, right? Well, surf this beach. Those waves look great." And they're kind of scared to surf. And he says, "Do you want to fight or do you want to surf?" And then he says, "Do you think it's safe, sir?" And he goes, "If I say it's safe to surf, it's safe to surf, soldier!" I say it's safe to skateboard the streets of Washington, D.C.? Did I skateboard the streets of Washington, D.C.? Washington, D.C., skateboard. Or you could surf. Sidewalk surfing, USA. And what's that building over there? It's a monstrosity. Could be the person who keeps people in captivity. Needs dungeons inside, so you see, so they need places of dungeons. And so we need to make sure in building plans from now on, every room must have a sunlight window. Otherwise, there's always trap evil spots. And we know about evil right here. That's evil. That's like a KKK head. And at night with the blinking red dots, it looks like an eye. I wish I could zoom in better so you could see it. It's fucking evil. It's called the Washington Monument. And by the way, Washington. Does Washington sound like an Anglican name? And if you take his picture from the quarter and you make his face red and his hair black, he looks like the logo for the Redskins. Washington sounds more like Pequosan or get it? Get it? Iroquois, Washington, Pequosan, get it? So this land is stolen. We didn't do it, but we have to rectify the situation so the whole world can get along better. See what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, figuring it out in a positive way for everyone. So all that shit I say, it's still possible to get things figured out here in Washington, D.C. 100%. Dude just was videotaping where I live at. I watched him pull up, get out, videotape the building, and then drive away. What an asshole. He looks like the guy Jackson from Miriam's Kitchen who followed me over here from Triangle Park. Figures, right? The devil works in mysterious ways. Fuck the devil.